UKBR News Daily. Yeah. Come on. Man's got the jingles and that. Man do my own intros, my own jingles, my own edits, my own filmings. Come on. Appreciate the Don. Man's multi-talented, fam. You lot better mind I don't start breakdancing up in this thing. Man will rap, sing, breakdance, body pop, and I'll sew and shit. I'll knit your girl some socks, fam. It's deep out here. Don't fucking stop me. I'm on a fucking roll. Appreciate people like me in your blood clot life. You get me? I hear what I'm saying though. We're here. We're going to get into this fucking recap because it's one of the biggest battles that's happened in our recent times, because obviously it's one of the biggest battle rappers in our recent times, and he don't battle that much, and he fucking battled. He graced us with his fucking presence. Holy shoulder blades. So yeah, we're going to get into this fucking recap. But before we do that, blood, do what you're supposed to do. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Drop a comment, man. Let me know you're with me, innit? Just let me know. Communicate, bro. I'm a bit lonely here, man. It's late. I work all day. I do school. I deal with the youths. And then I've got to wait till it's all late and quiet in the yard. And then man can sit here and film this shit for you lot. So just know that man's doing this for you lot. And it's lonely at the top, innit? So obviously show man some love in the fucking comments, you little pagans. Don't leave me hanging, innit? Man's gonna get into this though. So Shotty Horroh versus Tali, No Loose Chat versus Premier Battles, the rebuild, I believe it was called. Yeah, fire battle, man. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna just give my opinions. I'm not gonna break down bar for bar. There was judges and shit on the battle. They broke down a lot of bars and shit as well. So you don't need to see all of that twice. But if you want to see the full battle, go watch the full battle now. But if not, you can just listen to my words and take my word for it, innit? Because you get me, my word's gospel anyway, fam. So yeah, obviously it kicked off with Tali round one. He basically started an angle about Shotty telling people not to go to an event or something about COVID or something. I don't really understand that. Again, sometimes when you do these little angles and that, like, man need context for people who don't, not everyone's on Twitter and in forums and reads comments and that. You get what I'm saying? Like certain things, man just want to watch a battle and get it all without having to understand the backstories to a lot of it. So if you don't explain it with the context and shit, then man's a bit baffled, innit? But he said something about Shotty telling people not to go to an event because of COVID or something. I don't know. But yeah, Tali was typical Tali. He had the like bars like act para, see to more if I pill one. You know, like he breaks down words in it like paracetamol. Like obviously we've all done it as battle rappers. It's good to be able to have and to use and to look at a word and break it down. But I think Tali uses it a bit too much in it as the basis of his style, and I think that's, you know, it's not the best thing. Like when he schemes and stuff, it's a lot better. He said something like you claim you had a hand in this culture on a real one. Well, that's cute or cool, but our fingernails you ain't in touch. Like, I don't know. Is it cute or cool? It's cute or cool. I don't know. You fingernails. I don't know. Like, obviously, it will probably make sense if Tali breaks it down to man, innit? He probably could explain it to man and be like, oh, you're dumb, you don't get it, rare. But sometimes with battle rap, like, we don't need everything to be broken down to us that much. And it sounds cool when you're scheming and it's like, oh yeah, he said cuticles and nails and your fingernails and rare. But if you actually take a second to deep it, like, where's the sense in it? Like, man need to understand the sense in it and how it makes sense. Is it a double entendre? Is it a double bar? Or are you just saying fingernails? Like, or do you fingernails? Like, what's nails? Is nails your slang for girls? You get me? Like, I don't know, innit? Maybe it needs broken down for me, but personally, yeah, it just wasn't hitting, innit? That kind of angle, like the angles and that. Do you get me? Like, it was just a lot of scheming in it in the first round. So yeah, I don't know, But then Shotty's first round, again, I didn't understand another thing because like Shotty said something about Templar Surfer fucked up the business. I wish he had some, a little bit more clarification on that. How did Templar Surfer fuck up the business? Because we know that obviously Rivers versus Templar Surfer was meant to happen on the same card. It didn't happen. So obviously, like, give us some background shots. If you're gonna drop bars like that, make a little punchline or a little 4 bars about why or how. Do you get what I'm saying? Build up the bar, innit? Rather than just telling us Templar Surfer fucked up the business. He had a dope thing about smoke him like the amulet, make a lucky charm out of Tali's man when he was talking about Snoop and shit. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, he was going at Snoop and Paris, but he was, again, like Real Sick said in the judging, he gave a bit of context to it, innit? So it was a little bit clearer, like, for people who might not have really clocked it. Like, you get me? When you see Snoop and Paris hosting or even just standing there in the battle, you kind of know it's about them. You get me? So that was kind of cool. First round, I think I gave it to Shotty. Little bit more understandable, made a little bit more sense. A little bit quicker paced. Just a little bit more all rounder in it. Like, Tali had some good shit, but the scheming just got a little bit dry in it. So then Tali round 2 came straight out with telling him he looked like the head of the area and Brotherhood. Again, like typical race bars again. Like, it's good, but you gotta come with more than that against a man like Shotty. Like, don't resort to them kind of easy angles against someone like that, innit? Talking about the whole Daylight angle, like telling Daylight that, he's never grown up with this. Like, Shotty admitted to Daylight in the battle, like, he ain't really grown up around sticks and stuff like that. He's a British kid and that, like, and then Tali's like, well, I have. That was a hard angle. That's what I want to see more of Tali. Like, fuck just breaking down words slowly and double saying a word again, but breaking it down slowly to make it sound like 3 different words while you're saying the one word. That's cool. But you get me? Like I said, it can't be the basis of your whole style. That kind of scheme there where he's talking about the whole thing about Shotty, admitting that he ain't really on road and he never grew up like around sticks and shit, and Tali saying he did. The way he did it, the way he delivered the punches and the schemes, it's like Tali's getting there in terms of like finding that balance of like how them top tier dons kind of do it, innit? But again, like, it just needs to be more consistent with that kind of style, innit? Because then he come back to like, a bar like nothing to show for it. Again, it's like show for it. Yeah. You get me? It's been done a lot, innit? Like, it seems like, oh yeah, if you're in a venue and it's kind of hype and it's like, yeah, that was a bar. But when you actually deep it and you hear how many times it's been done and what is he actually kind of saying for it, like, I've said a bar show for it, definitely 100% before. So again, not to take away nothing, but them bars there. And then Tali had like bars about Shotty having the fake tick on Instagram or something. Again, I made a post about that before this battle, innit? Like, because I saw that in it about how, like, if you press the 3 dots and it says show about this account or something or about. But when I actually did it on Insta at the time I did it, Shotty's one showed about this account and other people's didn't. So to me, Shotty's one looked legit. But I don't know if Tali actually did it himself and it gave a different result. But apparently that's been debunked anyway, and there's something else about that. Some accounts are set up to do it and some ain't. Either way, I'm not 200% sure. It was a very good angle, but I feel like he didn't execute it that well. Like I said, he executed the angle before that better, but this angle he didn't. He didn't even really have a punch. Like, he didn't really have no punch for it or nothing, you get me? Obviously, like, again with the Briggsy scheme, like talking about how Briggsy runs the league and he does everything and stuff. Like, it was a sick angle, but there just weren't no really like punches to like to complete the angle to make it a complete round. Do you get what I'm saying? But it was a fire round nonetheless. Shotty coming round too with more Snoop and Paris shots. He even mentioned Moke and Tech, like, you get me? He mentioned like everyone, Yanif, all of this, that and the other. Then he accused them of selling out Brixton Jam and done a Space Jam bar, like all this space and jam you're lying about, sell it, like boom, boom, boom. Shotty had like more consistent bars, back to back flows and schemes and punches and shit. And again, executed the angle where he explained it so nicely with context, but yet still incorporated punchlines. And that's what we want to see in it. So that round, again, I gave to Shotty. Round 3, Tali opened up talking about GWE's bars, which was time ago. So again, like, it was just a little bit not as relevant. But so basically, Tali wanted to talk about Tali spoke about Shotty basically saying that, you know, after the GWE thing and, you know, battle raps being racist, and he wants to prove that he's not racist, so he wants the battle for no loose chat. And he was talking about being a white guest in the house of hip hop and making it big. And, you know, he said to Tali or someone or one of them, you know, if that was them with their skin color, they might not have had the successes he's had, and he owes some of his successes in hip hop to being white, which is what Eminem said before. So, you know, it's not necessarily a lie. Whether Shotty said that or not, I don't know. But again, a good angle, delivered well, executed well, written well. It's one of Tali's higher moments. Do you get what I'm saying? When he's in this kind of bag, it's all round battle rap. Do you get me? It's not just for the streets. It's not just for the slow guys. It's just all round battle rap, executed nicely, breaking down your opponent. And I liked it. But then he still came back with the CGI could not render the same effect. Just like CGI. Yeah, it's we get it, but you didn't have to ruin your whole, like, you get me, decent like scheme and angle with to come back to that same style. Like I said, it's like that style's too consistent within your style, innit? But no, good round, good angle. The crowd was a little bit awkward for Tali, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you could hear reactions from a few of the man them around Tali and stuff, but when you look at the crowd, the majority of the crowd looked kind of bored and quiet and shit. But he was saying that basically, Shotty was saying that he'd battle for free for the whole BLM and NLC like thing, you get me, and then ask for a fee and cost them an arm and a leg and shit. So just hitting Shotty up with the racism angle and the exploitation angle, it was good. It was a good solid round. And then Shotty came in with round 3 talking about like how he left the scene, it died, he came back and it rised. He literally said he came back and it rised, not raised, which I thought was a bit odd. But again, it's battle rap, we're not fucking English professors. But yeah, it's raised, not rised. So don't just change words just to make you fit in your rhyme scheme, you fucking northern bastard. Yeah, no, he had a good flip on Tali's slogan where he said, "You can't do that." This time, Tali, they was right. That was fire. Then he basically called out Shuffle T, said fuck Shuffle T's book. So obviously we're looking to see Shotty versus Shuffle T next. And the round ended with like the crowd chanting and shit. Like the crowd just started chanting Premier Battles and shit. Then man probably planted like Raptor or something in the front row to start chanting along with the crowd or something, you get me? But either way, it was lit. That's what it is. It's the vibe. It's the atmosphere that they create by doing all of that. But yeah, I did edge the third round slightly to Shotty, but it was probably the closest round, as I feel like Tali had less corny punches and more stuck to his kind of angles and shit a bit better. But yeah, all in all, gentleman's 30 to Shotty. I want to see Tali battle more, man. I feel like even though Shotty seems like the more prestige guy in this whole thing, he's actually more active and got more battles out there. Tali ain't. So I want to see Tali battle more. You get me? He's got one battle on No Loose Chat versus Tech. Let's see Tali versus Rivers. Let's see Tali versus Templar Surfer. Let's see Tali versus Moke. Why can't he stand against his own? Do you get what I'm saying? Why can't he build up his league? All of us have had to do it. Battled on Don't Flop a bunch. Briggsy and Shotty have both battled on Premier Battles a few times each now. You know what I mean? Like, we all battled on fucking KOTR. Like, when you're, you know, especially when you're building a league, like, you should definitely be battle on it. So I'd like to see Tali battle on it more. He's the only actual battler out of the staff. There's 3 staff members, Paris, Snoop and Tali. Tali's the battler. They should be utilising him, booking in matchups. Where's Tali versus Tony D? Why is Georgie Roots on there battling Tony D before Tali? Do you get me? Like, use the platform, build it, get your practice and stuff as well, man. Get me, shake off that ring rust. Don't just think you can come back after all this time, knock Shotty out the water, who's been battling. He battled like John and this one and that one. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Battled Tony D and all of this, like, since you've been off, innit? So, you get me? That's how I see it, man. But maybe I'm just chatting shit, innit? Maybe I'm a dickhead. Maybe I'm wrong about this all. Maybe I should just stop chatting shit and mind my own fucking business, innit? Or maybe I'm your mum's favourite rapper and you should subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, you're an idiot.